Packed Sheffield City Hall.
Sheffield United came from behind at Bramall Lane to beat Premiership club Coventry on penalties. The Blades looked to be heading out of the competition until a goal in the dying minutes of normal time by David Holdsworth earned them a reprieve. The hero of the shootout competition was Sheffield's goalkeeper Alan Kelly, who saved 3 penalties to see his side through. They now play Newcastle and are just 90 minutes away from the final itself.
It was planned like this. Alan would always save the penalties. That was the plan from day one. No, I mean, I suppose you have to write the script, but the big fella and all the rest of the boys. I said at Coventry that they're a great bunch of boys. Never know when to beat. Terrific atmosphere. I mean, if we could fill the ground like that every game, absolutely unbelievable.
Meanwhile, Grimsby Town have made it through to Wembley for the first time in their 120-year history. They beat Burnley at Turf Moor last night in the northern final of the Auto Windscreen Shield. Lee Nogan sent the Mariners on their way with the first goal. Their opponents at Wembley next month will be Bournemouth, who won the Southern Area final. Grimsby's victory last night was sealed in the second half when Kevin Donovan scored from 25 yards, leaving former England and Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper Chris Woods with no chance to make it 2-0.
It just came to me sort of first time. Just did it, as I said, it was lucky for me, it went at top corner.
I'm delighted for everybody connected with the club. Everybody works so hard to try and make it successful. And yeah, people tend to sneer at us a bit, but we're off to Wembley and nobody can take that away from us.
Other news now, and friends and family are rallying round a man who was paralysed in a freak. The hero of the shootout competition was Sheffield's goalkeeper Alan Kelly, who saved 3 penalties to see his side through. They now play Newcastle and are just 90 minutes away from the final itself. Meanwhile, Grimsby Town have made it through to Wembley for the first time in their 120-year history. They beat Burnley at Turf Moor last night in the northern final of the Auto
history, and they're also at the top of the Division 2 playoff places, so they could be returning for a second time.
Fantastic. Paul Burnham reporting on a magical night for Grimsby Town. Yes, we do know it's Alan Buckley. Now, joining us in the studio is the club chairman, Bill Carr. Bill, if anybody said, well, the Auto Windscreen Shield, it means nout, what sort of reception would they get in Grimsby tonight?
Well, they'd be shown the exit there, certainly. It's a very important issue for not only for Grimsby Town Football Club, but for the town itself.
You've been a director for how many years now, then?
I've been a director for something like 14 years, and this is the proudest moment in my Grimsby Town career.
Do you feel emotional just sort of talking about it and thinking about it?
Absolutely. And last night, watching the game was the most nerve-wracking game I've ever watched in my life, thinking we were only 90 minutes away from Wembley.
Well, I mean, what is it? Is it the magic name, Wembley? Is that what it's all about for you?
I think it's an achievement, and obviously to play at Wembley is every footballer's dream, isn't it? It's also every football supporter's dream to see their team play at Wembley.
How bad is it just watching from the sidelines?
Oh, it can be very, very fraught, yes.
Because you had black hair when you entered the studio, that's how tense you get.
It's entering the studio that's probably done that.
Now, I mean, let's just think about the wider context of all this. You might be going back, but you were relegated last season.
Yes.
I mean, just how much can your poor heart take?
Well, it is difficult at times, but I think we were delighted when Alan Buckley returned to the club, and I think Alan has shown the sort of manager that he is. He's put Grimsby back on the map.
And today,
we to some extent, we're trying to take the grim out of Grimsby, and we're doing it in a little bit of a light-hearted way if possible.
Joysby, very briefly, the town, I said nuts, but the town, I gather, has gone nuts today,
Absolutely, the phones never stop ringing at the club and at home and everywhere, so it's obviously sparked a lot of interest in Grimsby, and we're all obviously delighted.
And you've discovered a lot of relatives.
Absolutely, and friends, and
Bill,
friends I've not seen for a long time.
Congratulations to the Mariners.
Thank you, thank you.
Fantastic stuff. What a wonderful way to start calendar. Let's hope that Grimsby go on to win at Wembley and Sheffield United get there too. Of course they will. We'll follow them both here on Calendar.
Still to come on tonight's calendar, Mum's torment. Why her newborn triplets are being forced to live apart. But first, the news from Calendar East with Leslie Alexander.
Hello, good evening. The former Lord Mayor of Hull, John Black, has spoken today of a hate campaign targeting him and members of his family. It follows the announcement that at
the end of an eventful night, it came
following a police investigation into his expenses.
John Black, the Auto Windscreen Shield after winning last night at Burnley.
Lee Nogan set the Mariners on their way after just 10 minutes, brushing in Paul Grove's goal-bound header. Kevin Donovan's second-half volley confirmed victory in a place at Wembley. Today, tales of the team's achievements have been rolling off the presses. This may be a competition for lower division clubs, but the prospect of a first trip to Wembley has still caught the imagination of the population.
Fans have been ringing in, trying to get coaches and transport down to London for the date. One local firm have been sold out of the rental vans by 8 o'clock this morning, and I think most of the local coach firms are already fully booked. I imagine that everything on 4 wheels, and probably 2 wheels as well, will be shunting the population of North East Lincolnshire down to Wembley on that particular date. Brilliant.
A pleasant problem for the club's chairman to contemplate today as well. Home games usually attract a crowd of around 5,000. Now they're gearing up for 5 times that number, wanting tickets for Wembley.
It's a tremendous boost for the club. It's a tremendous boost for Grimsby as well, for the town. And we're trying to take the grim out of Grimsby, and I think we're succeeding a little bit.
It's good for the town, you know. Obviously, it's going to bring quite a lot of publicity to the town through Grimsby Town, right? And hopefully, you know, do good for them within the future division, like.
I've been watching them every week, and yeah, I think they're going to be. It's going to be really good for town.
I'm going. I'm definitely going, yes. Yeah, I couldn't get last night, but I'll go to most of the matches. Yeah, couldn't believe it.
So the famous haddocks are being dusted off again and reinflated ahead of the big day against Bournemouth on Sunday, April the 19th. Bryn Law for Look North in Grimsby.
And the very best of luck to Grimsby and Sheffield United. That was the sport. Now with the latest